welcome to Model's Best Friend. Today, we're doing two setups. The first one is outside. We're gonna shoot with just natural lighting, and then we're gonna go inside and use strobe lights. Now, if you look around, look over here, I have it set up so that I'm getting the reflection of the sun, which is gonna cause a nice backlight. It's gonna be a really kind of artsy thing with this setup. So, thank you for being here, and we're gonna get started in just a couple of moments.
Artsy, a technical term?
Artsy meaning sexy.
Kabuki is an ancient Japanese style where they usually are in whiteface, and it's very traditional, and there's lots of thousands of years of history to it.
Oh.
I mainly work for the music industry and a lot of fashion editorial, sometimes runways.
Hi, I'm Tranchi, and I'm a fashion and costume designer, and I want to thank Model's Best Friend for having me be a part of this episode with Ina Alice. And all about Geisha Kabuki girl. So Ina Alice had approached me about this amazing shoot she was doing for this episode, and the whole inspiration was Geisha Kabuki, and she was going to be body painted and everything. So just from that, I immediately was inspired. I wanted to turn her into a living origami geisha ballerina doll of sorts.
I think every faces are interesting. I actually approach a face as a canvas, so I think every canvas is interesting, and you don't have a standard way to do a makeup. You have to work around the difference in people's features and skin tone, and so I find that very interesting actually.
Taking photos is a little bit like acting on camera, and what draws me to it is being able to just explore different things and different roles and different sides of my own character. And what drew me to this in particular is the very unusual theme, the Kabuki pinup. That's a very unusual combination.
We're playing around with a lot of the clothes, but I already had something in mind that I already had made that would be so perfect for it, and it had all the elements of the origami, the pleating, but also making it just a little bit more edgy and avant-garde, so it's just not your typical geisha doll.
Once I see myself in a certain way that I've never seen myself before, I will, discover new sides of myself, and that's what I love about photo shoots. A good headshot is something that truly represents you. So in that case, like you said, less is more. But for a photo shoot like this, we all get to be creative, and it's really a team effort, right? So it's me, it's the costume designer, it's the makeup artist, it's the photographer.
When we were talking about new technology and how makeup has to adapt to it, maybe also a challenge for actors. But yeah,
it's like working in front of a green screen, right?
So weird.
I think that is extremely difficult. The moment I click is really on set with the surroundings and the photographer, like the set, the photographer, is what really gets me into the mood for a shoot. What it all comes down to is being open, trying to let go, trying to enjoy, and because for any creative process, that's a requirement. And I don't think there's like a formula. There might be photographers you get along with better, and others you don't get along with so well. There might be some that give you directions, and others that will never give you directions and will just be open to what you do. It's a matter of finding a balance.
So I do fashion as well as costumes. So I do my own fashion line. I've been doing it for over 10 years now, and it's more high-end, kind of what I call eccentric luxe avant-garde clothing. Really strong, sexy clothing for women. And then I also do costume design for film, for commercials, for video, for everything, magazine, runways, everything. Just anything that has to do with cloth and looking amazing and looking beautiful and making someone feel fantastic, that's what I do.
Usually as a model becomes more uncomfortable with their twisting, the better it looks on camera. If you're not sure what to do, twist as much as you can. And if it's uncomfortable, you're doing the right thing. So if you're looking at the way she's twisting, and then you're going to see this, how marvelous it's going to look when the picture comes out. Look at that.
Wow.
And if you notice, like a lot of times, when you shoot, see, I'm not completely centering the picture. I'm shooting it more in thirds. They teach you that. But it does work, because you can see that the photograph is kind of like in thirds. There's the black, there's the middle, and then she's on the side here.
that's like one of the most beautiful things about what I do is when a garment that you've come up with in your mind comes to life on the perfect creature of sorts, and that was kind of like the end result of that fashion shoot. It really just made this a living organism, and that's why what I do I love and makes it so immensely fantastic for me to do.
This is our studio. We're going to use the strobe lights, 2 umbrellas, and it's going to be very standard type of lighting. We'll start off. Usually you never know what you're going to get until you start actually shooting. Then you make adjustments to fit the situation, because she's going to come out here. She had a beautiful outfit. This is going to be a pinup we're going to use, and we're going to circulate it, and I don't know, see how it turns out.
Well, in television, model lighting would be where you actually have a stronger key than a fill, so that you have a little bit of depth. So you would have stronger light on one end and slightly less, few stops less on the fill, so that actually provides depth to the face. But some people don't want that drama. Right. You want sort of a nice flat, so you can fill in every crevice and have everything.
That's called more
beautiful
Rembrandt lighting.
Rembrandt.
I'm Tranchi, and again, thank you so much, Model's Best Friend, for this amazing project, photo shoot, creative, artistic collaboration.
Thank you so much, Model's Best Friend, and to you, Pepper J, for having me on board today. Thank you, John Michael Ferrari, for taking these beautiful shots of me, and I hope to be back soon.